Well, in honor of Earth Day today, Jian Li is live with environmental journalist Candice Barista, learning about how to create a sustainable kitchen habits that are good for you and for the planet. Gee, this is a perfect sort of tie into Earth Day, and we waste so much food. So what do you got this morning?
Yes, good morning, Nick. Happy Earth Day! And I can't think of a better way to spend today with an environmental journalist and author, Candice Barista, author of Sustain, which is a book available at all bookstores right now.
Hi.
There you go, a little plug. I'm always eager to learn more about how I can help and make this a better place for my kids and future generations. So let's go through some of the things here.
So cleaning, right?
Yes.
Cleaning has a huge impact on the environment, both from the chemicals used in the product, but then also the plastic packaging. So I'm going to show you a couple things to reduce waste. So first off, real innovation in this space when it comes to offering refill options in your own home. So instead of having to go out and buy lots and lots of cleaning products, you can opt for something simple like Elvis Naturals. This is their one cleaner. This will replace 7 bottles of cleaner. It's also very alkaline. What I love about it is you can use it on every single surface. Some cleaning products you can only use on certain surfaces. One of them I'm going to show you, but it's so good. Same with Mint, another fantastic cleaning product. What I love about these, Canadian, female founded, you can order these online super easy. Right?
I'm anything to support women and Canadian companies, absolutely.
Love. Okay. Next up is these little sponges. Now, I consider these single use.
Why?
Because we only use these for a few weeks and then we toss them because all the food and nastiness gets stuck in here. We don't clean them properly and they really do get nasty. The problem with these is you can't recycle them. They're made from 2 different types of materials, typically plastic, so like polyesters and nylons. So when these end up in landfills, they break down over time and we get all these problems with microplastics, right? Another thing, deforestation and paper towel. They go hand in hand. So I'm going to have you do something for me. Instead of paper towel, I want you to use these cellulose cloths. These are Swedish dishcloths that absorb 15% their weight in liquid and replace, wait for it, 17 rolls of paper towel. So
it replaces 17 rolls.
So I want you to dip that in there.
Yes.
So we're going to see the difference. So watch how this is going to just suck up all the water in here. Okay, so this is when you're cleaning, and it's amazing. Look at that. You do the same. Okay. Now, if you were to like squeeze that out and use that to clean, now you try and open that up.
You can't.
And clean the table. You absolutely can't. So these you can reuse them over and over again. They are an incredible replacement to these.
Yes.
You just got to make sure you have lots of them and you keep them in separate areas of your home. Like I have a bunch just for my kitchen and a bunch just for my bathroom.
And you can buy these anywhere?
You can buy these anywhere online. Lots of stores are starting to carry these as well now, which is wonderful. And the best part is after you're done with these, if you have a backyard compost, you can actually put these right in there. Paper towel, can you compost paper towel?
I think so.
You can if it doesn't contain chemicals. So if you've used paper towel to clean, which I'm hoping people are not doing because that's really wasteful, then you shouldn't put this into the bin.
Okay, good to know. And then finally, cleaning products.
DIY cleaning products. You want to save money? Make your own cleaning products. So here I've got 3/4 of a cup of Castile baking soda, and I'm mixing a 1/4 cup of Castile soap. These are the 2 of the most amazing things to have in your home when it comes to cleaning. Here I'm making a very awesome paste that you can use in any part of your home, kitchen tiles, tubs, top of the stove, to clean your vent. I used this yesterday to clean my vent. It's wonderful for grease and grime. You can add 5 to 10 drops of essential oils. It's just pretend this is happening fast for TV. Mix it up, give it a smell. It's so fresh, right?
It smells like lemon.
And then it smells like lemon. Then when you need it, you just simply take a little bit that you need, and you just create your paste, and then clean away.
And this will clean anything?
And this will clean anything, honestly. And then you would spray this down, obviously, with some water to get rid of the excess. But honestly, a lot of people think that mixing baking soda and vinegar, so this is a wonderful solution right here. This is vinegar and lemons. Collect your lemons, fill the top up, and voila, you've got this great cleaner. But baking soda and vinegar don't make a great marriage. It's better to use Castile soap and baking soda.
These are all fantastic tips.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Candace. All right, so we're going to hang out with Candace in her kitchen all throughout the morning. So you definitely want to stay tuned for the next segment because we're going to talk about food storage,
Yes,
right?
and food waste.
Food waste and how to save money and not be so wasteful. Happy Earth Day! And I am joined by environmental journalist and author Candace Batista. We're giving tips to everyone at home about how we can all make a difference for a cleaner, healthier planet. We're going to talk about not wasting food. This is a huge topic.
Huge topic. We waste a lot of food in
Yeah.
this country. The average family is throwing away about $1,800 of food every single year. And this is happening for a number of reasons. One, we don't shop our fridge before we leave the house to grocery shop, so we end up buying double. And also we're not storing we're not storing our food properly. So let me show you some of my favorite containers. So number one is these reusable silicone baggies. They're fabulous for food storage. You can also use these in the dishwasher, the microwave. They're fantastic to travel with. So that's one thing. Another thing is stainless steel. The idea is putting food into airtight containers without all of the moisture, right? But then there's foods like this that love to be in water that you can store like this in your fridge. So not only things like celery and broccoli, but also things like kale and herbs. Typically we buy herbs in those little plastic containers. We put them in the fridge and they end up going off very, very quickly because lots of moisture. There's also a lot of air. So putting them in water like this helps them to last longer. You need to do this the second you come in from the grocery store.
So wait a second, because I've never done this. You just get a mason jar, cold water, ice cold water?
Just cold water. It doesn't have to be ice cold.
And you just stick the vegetable
this in. And these are just pickle jars. These are jars that I've had. Don't throw out your glass jars.
Right.
Keep them for food storage, for leftovers. They're amazing. You can store food in the fridge. You can freeze these. People don't realize you can use glass to store your food in the fridge. So you get in the freezer rather. So your food lasts longer.
Okay. So
these are 3 weeks old.
These are 3 weeks old.
3 weeks old. I hadn't gotten to them yet. Don't judge. I've been trying to have more protein in my diet, I'm trying to make protein shakes. All I did that last night was just cut a little bit of the ends off that had gone a tiny bit yellow and still
fresh,
crunchy, and fresh. Right?
That's amazing.
So this is a really great way.
Okay.
If you have kale or lettuce that's getting a little bit limp, like you haven't gotten to it, put it in freezing cold water like this for 15 minutes.
Right.
Then when you're done, you're going to take a tea towel, just a simple tea towel. You're going to shake off all the excess water. You do this in the sink, obviously. Then you're going to wrap this in a tea towel, and you're going to put it in the fridge exactly like this. Make sure it's nice and tight. And the next day it'll be back to normal. It'll be crispy, it'll perk up, and you'll be surprised and shocked.
Now,
because we
does
throw
this
a lot
only
of this away.
work with kale, or can you use this for spinach and lettuce?
Any greens? Lettuce, cauliflower, not cauliflower, it's not a green.
Broccoli.
But any greens, dark greens, light greens, so good.
We have about less than a minute left.
Okay, so when you get home, do not wash your lettuce until you're ready to eat it. Same thing with berries. Store them in airtight containers and only wash them when you're ready to eat them. Another thing to keep this, because the moisture, you don't want to wash them and then put them in an airtight container with all the water. They'll go off very quickly. Then with lettuce and stuff like this, so you're not getting to it, put a little dishcloth in like this, airtight container, and what the dishcloth is going to do, it's going to help you absorb some of that moisture and keep it fresher longer. Eggs,
and I've seen people do this with paper towel, but that's wasteful.
Yes,
use the
this
tea
you can
towel.
reuse over and over. Always store eggs where they're supposed to in the container. If you're not sure if your eggs are still fresh, just dunk it in a little thing of water. If it sinks, that means it's still fresh. If it floats, then you probably want to reconsider.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you notice that you're like, hey, I know I'm not going to get to my lemons, squeeze them out and freeze them. Like, let's say you're going away for the weekend and you have a couple of extra lemons left over and you know you're not going to get to them. You just squeeze out the lemon juice and get rid of the little pips, obviously. Then put them into an ice tray, freeze them, and then when you're ready to cook, you just pop one out. Super simple. Use it for whatever you're making. A marinade, a salad dressing, and then you've saved everything.
And you could do that as well with limes?
Anything. Limes, lemons, oranges, whatever you want. Lemons we tend to cook with.
Yes,
but I mean, if you love tequila and you know you're going to run out of lemons, just put a bunch of it in there and pop one of those and voila, you're done.
Voila. Amazing tips. Thank you so much, Candace. And of course, she's got her book out called Sustain, available at all bookstores. Nick, my mind is blown right now. I didn't know I could store my vegetables like this.
Yeah,
Bouquets of flowers in your fridge.
Yeah, that's amazing, right? And it, it's all kind of like a money-saving thing as well, as it helps you not waste as much food. So that is fantastic.
You're not only saving money with some of these tips, but you are definitely contributing to a healthier, happy planet, and we can all make a difference in this. Happy Earth Day, everyone! I'm joined by environmental journalist and author Candice Batista.
Hi.
All right, this is probably the toughest topic for most people. People have the desire to compost, but it seems a little bit overwhelming when they hear about what you have to do.
So the great thing is there's companies now that are making it super easy for people to make that. So if you don't have an official or formal waste pickup when it comes to organic waste, so basically food waste, there are three options. One is vermicomposting, which is where we use worms. We're not going to get too much into that here, but I wanted to show you these two options. So first up is the Lomi machine. So we want to keep food out of landfill. When we put food in the garbage can and it goes to landfill, as it breaks down, it gives off methane gas, which we know is much worse than CO2, 25 times to be exact. So we don't want food in the garbage can. We need to keep it out. So this is the Lomi. This is a Canadian company who made this unbelievable kitchen appliance. Essentially, you take your scraps, you pour them in here. Obviously, you're going to fill it up. Then this goes back into the machine. Then you close it up and you turn it on and you leave it for a few hours, and then you come back and you have really awesome soil. This is what we call black gold, because you can literally add this to your indoor or outdoor garden. If you have too much of it, give it away, honestly, to your neighbors. Now, what's interesting about this machine, why I love this particular one, it's Canadian, but also, all of those biodegradable items that we buy thinking we're doing better. A lot of the times for an item to biodegrade, it needs a certain environment, so a certain amount of time, can be anywhere from 5 weeks to 5 years, and it needs a certain environment. It needs to have a specific temperature. So a lot of the times when we spend more money on these biodegradable or compostable items, we can't put them anywhere other than in the garbage. Lomi changed that because they actually make a compostable biodegradable phone case, which is a bioplastic that can go in here, which I love. So there are bioplastics that you can look on their website and you can actually put in here.
Okay, so that's why this machine is more expensive, but still worth it because you can add in so many other things.
It connects to your app on your phone. You can see how much waste you're reducing. Your carbon footprint is reduced. It's a phenomenal.
Okay, so for then a less expensive option, and then keep in mind, this is really ideal for people living in apartments as well. It's not just
100%,
homes.
not just homes. So this is Bokashi Living. This is an amazing fermenting technique. It comes with this bran. Inside here are all these billions and billions of microbes that are waiting to come alive. So your first thing you're going to put is this. This is your drain. So make sure. Then you're going to layer your food, and then you're going to layer your bran on top of that. It's usually about 1 tablespoon per square foot, or square inch rather, of food. You can't overdo this, but they've got, the company itself have got so much great information. You'll notice a little spigot here. During the fermenting process, you're going to open this every once in a while to drain out some of the liquid, and this is going to give you what's called worm tea. Worm tea is another amazing fertilizer that you can use inside or outside of your home to help with your garden, like to help your plants grow. This thing gets buried for a couple weeks, and then you have this incredible soil. Again, they've got all kinds of troubleshooting, but honestly, the bottom line is once you start doing this, you realize, one, how much money you're saving because you're not wasting as much food, and it also tells you how much food you're wasting because you realize how much you're putting in here, right? So these are two very easy ways to do this at home without like a huge big compost bin that you're having to watch and worry about the pH level, that kind of stuff. So easy things you can do at home.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much, Candice. All really good tips. Happy Earth Day. Okay, now we're going to focus on pots and pans, and they're not all created equal. Joining me now is environmental journalist and author Candice Batista. So we need to be aware of the term eco-friendly, and don't go with something that's convenient, because you say convenient is actually
convenient.
All right.
It's a big con.
It is. Okay, so let's explain.
Yeah, that's eco. Like anything that we're trying to do is convenient products. So, okay, so let's talk about nonstick. So nonstick cookware a lot of the times contains something called forever chemicals. Things like PFAS, PTFE, PFOAs. It's a difficult category to shop in because of all the greenwashing. So when you are shopping, I want you to make sure that the label says that it's free of all of those three things, not just one of them, because sometimes we get rid of one of them, but there's still lots of other stuff, chemicals present. Forever chemicals are not great. They stay in our bodies and the environments forever. So options are cast iron. Cast iron is a wonderful eco-friendly option. This is Lodge, a Canadian company. Now, there's pros and cons with this kind of cookware. It's very versatile, right? But as you mentioned, we were talking about earlier, it's very heavy. So if you're someone who does a lot of casseroles, lasagnas, things that go in the oven, this is wonderful for you. There is a little bit of care as well after you finished using it. It's not, it needs to be oiled. Honestly, it takes a few seconds. It's really not that hard.
But I hear the food tastes delicious.
It does.
Cast iron
it's a great heat conductor,
and
you will notice a difference in how your food changes. And with Forever Chemicals, as you're cooking, you'll notice, especially if you're buying a cheap pan or pot, you'll notice it starts to flake after a while. You're eating that, right? Like that's literally going into your food. Another option is stainless steel. Really, really good. Very versatile as well. And I really love glass, especially it goes on pretty much any stovetop, can go inside the oven, can go from the oven to the fridge once it cools down. It's great for food storage. And lastly is ceramic. We don't have it here, but ceramic, look for 100% ceramic or look for ceramic coated. Now, if you're unsure, you can always check the pots and pans, the brand, against California's 65 proposition. This is a law that was passed back in 1986 that bans a lot of chemicals. So if you're not sure if the pot or pan that you're looking at is not or is on the list, you can check. And what they take it even a step further, if a product contains one of those toxic chemicals, they actually label it. So it'll tell you, like a cigarette label, hey, this has got this in it, so watch out for this and it causes this problem. So some options.
And really quickly, price is a factor.
Price is a factor. If you're buying cast iron and it's really cheap, and you're like, this seems too good to be true, it probably is. And that goes with all cookware. Cookware typically is more expensive. If you're buying very cheap cookware, it's going to contain Forever Chemicals.
Quickly, copper,
Copper's good.
What about stoneware? A lot of people are into stoneware.
Stoneware's good. You just got to make sure it doesn't have other types of metals in it. So you'd have to ask the brand, is it 100% or does it contain other metals? And then you got to dig a little bit deeper. It's very difficult because there's not a lot of transparency in supply chain. And that's where the issues come in, right? So this is an area where you need to do tons and tons and tons of research and ask the company lots and lots of questions.
If people want information, where can they go?
So my website has so many guides to shopping for these kinds of things, the ecohub.com. And then, of course, my new book, Sustained, I have a whole chapter on that in here.
Candace, this has been enlightening. My mind is blown. I think I'm going to get a cast iron pan. I've held off, but you make it sound easy.
It is easy. It's just shifting your habits and doing things like our grannies did.
Okay, thank you so much.
Let's talk to Gian Lee this morning because hot dogs is set to kick off in the city this week.
That's right. Our Gian Lee is at Sash Restaurant with a look at one of the most anticipated films. Good morning, G.
Good morning, Courtney. Good morning, Nick. Yeah, we are here at Sash. This is the restaurant owned by Chef Sash Simpson, and there is a documentary coming out at Hot Dogs called Born Hungry. Now, I will say all 3 screenings are sold out. There is so much hype around this documentary. I've seen it. I can't give away too much about this, but it follows Sash Simpson as he goes back to India to try to find his family. He grew up on the streets of India, eventually gets adopted by a family here in Canada, starts a new life here, becomes one of the top chefs in the world. But really, the documentary follows him going back to India to try to find his family and figure out what happened. It's an incredible documentary. Joining me now is Sash Simpson. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, G. How are you?
Good. I feel honored to be in your kitchen. So we'll talk more about the documentary in the next couple of segments. In the meantime, what are you doing here?
You know what? I thought I would cook something for you guys. So I figured I would do a chopped salad off my menu.
Oh, wow.
And do my famous Sash Smash Burger. If you haven't had it, you got to try it. It's light.
Okay.
And it's USDA Prime and brisket, and it has a good blend of flavors and truffle.
And this is something that a lot of your clients come in and this is a popular dish.
100%. Like, we can't even keep up on lunchtime right now.
It is an honor to see you working. You're a busy chef. Tell me a little bit more about being involved in this documentary called Born Hungry.
You know what? It was brought up to me about, 15 years ago, and I kind of shook it off going, yeah, whatever, doing a documentary on me. I was more worried about, crafting my skills in a kitchen. Yeah. And going forward, and here we are, documentary's done, and as a kid, you don't want your story to be out because it's been it's a different story. So it's for me, I just figured, you know what, let's do it.
Yeah.
We're at that stage. I'm getting older, and my kid, and I have 2 boys, and so they kind of see where Dad's from.
I watched the entire documentary. I teared up so much near the end. I don't want to give too much away, but it really is an emotional journey for you.
Yeah.
Walk us through what it was like for you to go back to India.
You know what? Going back home was difficult, only because it's a place I didn't want to go, and because I had a not so good childhood. So being older and going back, I realized, man, I love India. I'm from here, and it's so beautiful. Beautiful colors, people are amazing, and coming out of that orphanage, you know, it was something totally I can't describe, but.
So you've got the first screening coming this Friday, and it's all 3 screenings are sold out. For those who did get tickets, what do you hope that they'll get from this documentary?
Listen, second chances are always available, and take it, and go with it. And there are good people in the world that will guide you and take care of you. And like, I've been blessed with people that I came across, and you know, just because you're an orphan and living on the streets, there's people out there that love you, and they will find you, or you'll find them.
What a beautiful message. All right, so I'm getting you to wrap up this beautiful dish.
Well, you know what? I'm doing signature dish.
Yes.
Chilean sea bass, and it's my Madras curry, and this has ginger, coriander, cipollini onions, coconut milk, and a touch of cream, and then I bank it off with my fried okra and vegetable pakoras, and garnish it with coriander. It's done, and it's a dish that people really love.
I don't blame them. I can't wait to sample this. In the meantime, I should mention Born Hungry. It is being featured at Hot Dogs. All 3 screenings are sold out, but for more information on Hot Dogs, just go to hotdogs.ca, and more about Sash and his restaurant, sash.ca. Stay tuned, because I'm going to sample this. We're also going to be joined by executive producer, writer, and director Barry Average, who worked on this film. We are here at Sash Restaurant with one of the top chefs in the world, Sash Simpson. He's whipped up these amazing dishes, so we're going to sit down and sample.
Give it a bit of sample. Done.
Okay.
Let's do it. You want to take the burger?
Sure.
Okay. Did you say you used to be a waitress?
I used to be a waitress.
You can take the salad,
and I used to be able to, like, look at this.
See?
Look at this.
Love it.
I used to be a waiter, so I know what I'm doing. This is a real treat for me, Sash, because I normally don't get to eat this kind of stuff for breakfast. So what are we having for breakfast here?
Well, you know what? Like I said earlier, a couple of lunch items, burger, my smash burger, Sash smash burger. I have a nice chopped salad, and of course my signature dish. It's been on the menu since I opened the restaurant.
Wow.
And this dish been thought about probably about 8 years ago, just thinking what I wanted to do, and this is what it is: Chilean sea bass with Madras curry, vegetable pakoras, okra, coriander, has coconut milk in it. It's such a South Indian flavors.
Yes.
And as you know, I'm from Chennai, so it's like lots of spices, lots of flavors. And I composed everything on a plate of India of some sort, and it's in there.
Love it. Okay, so I'll just dig in?
Yes,
Should
please.
I just dig
Yep,
in?
just go ahead.
Now, Sash, tell me a little bit more about the documentary Born Hungry. It follows your life going back to India to try to find out, what happened to your family and what happened.
Yeah, search for, find myself some way, somehow, with finding my parents, my siblings. It was a journey that I knew it would come sometime on my own. When I have a family, we go look for them. But the documentary came about, and it was a great opportunity to go back, and saw a lot of amazing things, and it was a very emotional ride for me, but it was good. It was good.
So I did watch the documentary. I cried so much near the end. I don't want to give anything away, but it is an emotional journey for you. Yeah. How important is it to share this story?
I think it's important for people that they do have second chances when they, whatever they need. And if you're homeless and living on the street, you don't know where your parents are, which was my story, and that's what the documentaries will reveal about. And I want people to know that, listen, man, you will get a second chance, and when that happens, you will be found, and things will happen. And believe in the process. I always say, doesn't matter how tough it is,
Yes.
and just believe in the process and keep going at it, and things will come about.
Okay, we'll bring in the family here. Let's bring in your whole family. Meantime, this is delicious.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
So who do we have
Oh,
here?
hey, handsome.
This is Sawyer.
Come on over.
This is Sawyer. This is Sawyer. We lost Ryder. He's a little shy. He just woke up.
Okay.
So.
Hi. Hi.
say good
So can
morning?
you say hi? No? Do you want to wave to all your friends and who are watching?
Yes, yes.
What did you? Is there something you want to say to your dad that you love?
Daddy lived in India and he couldn't find his parents or his
He's describing my documentary.
Oh, great. I know. They love the
Sorry.
microphone. It's okay. You must be proud of your dad and, of course, Sash. The documentary is called Born Hungry. All 3 screenings are sold out for hot dogs. But at some point, you will be able to have an opportunity to see the documentary. In the meantime, it's hotdogs.ca for more information on the festival and sash.ca for the restaurant. It's so nice meeting you. Let's do a big wave and we'll send it back to studio.
Bye, guys.
A great documentary that I can't wait for people to see. It's called Born Hungry, and unfortunately all 3 screenings are sold out for hot dogs, unfortunately for those at home, but what a great experience to have filmmaker Barry Average as well as Sash Simpson join me now. Congratulations, all 3 screenings are sold out for
Thank
Born
you.
Hungry.
Excited.
One of the most highly anticipated documentaries. What made you want to do this film?
I think every documentary filmmaker loves an incredible story, and when you literally fall over one in this neighborhood and fall over the great Sash Simpson, it's a story that you have to tell. It's international, but with roots in Canada, and really, really excited to share this film.
How did you come across Sash's story?
My friend Jay Hennick, who I made the film Made You Look with about art fraud, who's not in the film business but has this great nose for stories, told me about Sash and literally walked in here. I said, tell me your story. My producing partner, Mark Selby, and I came in, listened to the story and said, yes, this is an incredible movie. Let's get rolling. We have to go to India. It was COVID, so we were sidelined for some time, but we spent a lot of time digging into Sash's life, his family, his Toronto family, and getting his the DNA of where he came from, and we're just intoxicated immediately.
And Sash, you thought this was going to be just maybe a 20-minute feature, not realizing that this was going to be an actual film, a documentary.
I mean, listen, I didn't think much of my story. I didn't think there was a story to be told, other than a very quick one. When I talked to Barry, and Barry's like, are you joking? It's going to be an hour and a half. It's going to be a movie. I'm like, what? I mean, you don't have enough content. He goes, oh, yeah, we do. So when we did all this, listen, you do what you do best.
Well, I said to him, you cook and let me make the movie. Don't worry about how long the film should be.
And then Priyanka Chopra Jonas joins this project as a producer. That's incredible.
I sort of thought about her from day one. I loved her story, loved the spirituality about her, and we literally cold called her and said, you have to listen and see what Sash's story is about. And I sent her a little demo reel as we were working on the film, and she fell in love with the story. So we're really excited about having her attached to the film. Great notes and great development in the story, and so that's certainly exciting.
What do you hope people will get from this film?
I think at the end of the day that everybody deserves a second chance. There are incredible stories. I mean, Canada remains, I think, at the forefront of documentary filmmaking. And so, again, great stories come from this country, and that you look at someone like Sash, you never give up, and you keep looking and keep searching and keep finding yourself, and that's what he's done. So I think it's an incredible triumph over adversity emotional story.
Yeah, and this was an emotional journey for you, Sash, going back to India.
100%.
Were you prepared for that?
I knew it'd be emotional, but not the amount I got. When I got there, it was I think I cried every 2 seconds. There's so much when you see it, and kind of reminding of me at a young boy and being there. it just flashed back, you know. So it was very, I still get emotional now. I'm more open to talking about it.
Well, it's an incredible film. Congratulations. It being sold out at Hot Dogs. At some point, hopefully a worldwide release of this film for people to see it. I've seen it. It's incredible. For more information on the festival, you can go to hotdogs.ca, but you can also go to sash.ca for more for Sash's Restaurant. I love being here at this restaurant. What a great way to dive deeper into this incredible film, but also to see one of the top chefs in the world, Sash Simpson, doing his magic in the kitchen there, and also being joined by filmmaker extraordinaire Barry Average. What a treat to see Sash in action.
He is an artist.
Yes.
The food's amazing, but just watching him prepare is pretty incredible. Wow, look at this.
So what
look
is
at
this?
This is my favorite.
What do we call it? Barry's chopped chicken salad.
Well, Barry's chop. My thing, and my friends who know me always go on and on about that. I'm constantly complaining that you can't get a great chopped salad in Toronto.
Yeah.
Right here at Sash. So this is his. Well, Sash, you could say what it is, but it's almost a.
It's my chopped salad on the menu, but elevated to Barry. So it has like avocados, it has roasted chicken, it has Parmesan cheese. It's really good.
Okay, I can't wait for us to sample, and everybody tells me
Cobb salad.
Really, and everyone tells me that I've got to try the burger, so I will. Once again, let's talk a little bit more about the film Born Hungry. What an incredible documentary! It is emotional, but at the end of the day, the message is really powerful in this film.
It is powerful. I mean, it's Sash went to India. We go to India to try and find his family. He ends up finding himself, but also reconnecting to his culture and his DNA. We were cooking in the streets with a former Michelin chef and Shipra Khanna, who won Master Chef India, and so we're right in the streets finding spices, cooking goat brains, eating amazing food, going to the tea stations. It was mind-blowing, not only emotionally in terms of what Sash is going through, but the food, India, the food. Yeah. So it was extraordinary.
And the way you shot this, it was pretty incredible. It's very cinematic in its approach, yes, which I really appreciated as a film lover.
We chose very oversaturated colors. I mean, India's 100 miles an hour. There's traffic, it's crazy. So we just wanted an incredible blur of colors. The people are beautiful. It was just stunning. And so, yes, it's 100 miles an hour. It was a lot of fun. A lot of cameras, 5 cameras going at the same time. We had a lot of fun. It was not 1 minute where we were down from sunrise to sunset. We were filming.
And Sash, when you look back on your life and your journey, it's pretty incredible to be on the streets of India, then be adopted by a Canadian family, now have this incredible restaurant that you own, and are now serving so many of your clients. I mean, what's going through your mind right now?
From being a kid and eating out of garbage cans and serving food, you can paint the picture yourself. I'm very proud of how my life's been. And listen, it's a big thanks to my mom and my dad. If it wasn't for Sandra and Lloyd Simpson, I would still, who knows if I'm still alive in the streets of India, because I was very sick when they found me. So going back and doing all this stuff is just something that I can't forget, and the journey still goes.
Sash makes the point. I mean, there's really a duality of stories here. There's not only his story, but the story of his mom, Sandra Simpson, this epic, incredible Canadian heroine who adopts 32 children and brings them back, including Sash, and gives them a second chance. So there's really 2 stories going on in the film at the same time. And we were so lucky through Sash's perseverance and Sash's wife, Robin, who convinced Sandra Simpson, who does not want to be on camera, to go on camera. And we got her literally months before she passed. And an incredible emotional reunion between the 2 of them. And to have his mom immortalized on film makes me proud too.
Well, thank you for allowing us to be here this morning. It's an incredible film. It is sold out, all 3 screenings at Hot Dogs, but at some point it will have a theatrical release, so you definitely want to catch it. It's called Born Hungry. For more information on the festival, hotdogs.ca and sash.ca. Barry, please dig in, and I'm going to try the burger. We are so ready for spring, right? Even summer. So we're going to talk about design aspects where you transition from winter to spring. Joining me now is designer and artist Steven Sabados, who is also a phenomenal juggler. I can't do it. I tried, right?
No, it's really bad. No. But you're totally right. You know, and you're so dressed for it right now.
Yes.
You're bright. You're happy. And you know what? We're talking about transitioning from winter. So I wanted to set up a bit of winter. This is literally winter in my house. I ran around my house and pulled everything. And everything's about texture, heavy, deep, dark, cozy, flannels, our plaids, you know, all that kind of stuff that's gonna literally cocoon us. Right. And for spring, we want to break it away. So we're doing
some
the
of these
opposite.
elements are so pretty, but I get it, right?
Absolutely, yeah, you know, and if I were to have this in the summer, I would feel heavy, right? Even right down to the scents that we're gonna use, we'll talk about that. So if we're transitioning into spring, and here I broke it down sort of like room by room, if we're gonna be in our kitchen, and simple things to change up, you know, like our little, our mat that we're gonna stand on by the sink, you know, something to do with green, with grasses. Tea towels, of course, that's an easy one, we're always gonna do that. I like to bring out fruits and vegetables and display them. Okay. You know, on our countertop. So take these out of the crisper, use green apples, use lemons, because already this looks super bright and it looks happy and vibrant, and that's what it's all about. On our countertop, simple things, we're gonna, you know, replace maybe heavier plants with lighter ones. This is just artificial stuff I threw in, but hey, fresh flowers. Again, it already starts, our little kitchen is coming alive.
And I want to point this out again. I love this cookie jar because it has meaning to it.
This was my mom's cookie jar when she was a little kid, and I thought it kind of really fit with the theme. So again, it's just super happy, light, and bright. Yeah, beautiful. Cute. In our living room, we're obviously switching up our pillows. We're changing our throws to these lighter cotton throws as well. And again, you don't have to be floral. Like, this is a very neutral print, but still it feels springy and fresh, right? Going into the main floor powder room, this is where I think that you can really have a lot of fun. Number one, we're gonna change up our soaps, obviously, you know, I certainly, do you do this?
I don't. Everything's
don't.
really neutral for me, but I recently started getting into scents and oils.
In the scents and oil, in these reed diffusers.
Yes.
That's the big one, because we were talking earlier about this one here. This is the one for winter. It's very charcoaly.
Yeah.
It's very tobacco. And again, it's heavy.
Yes.
We're gonna come into spring and summer here, and we're gonna get lighter scents. Like even our candles that we're gonna burn.
Right. Oh, that's very fruity.
Guava, mango.
That smells
Come on,
great.
it smells like you're on a tropical island, you know?
Yes,
It's gorgeous. So burn these scents, and all of a sudden everything's gonna feel fresher, right? Moving into our bedroom, obviously, do you change your duvet?
No, it's the same thing over again. I'm so
No,
boring.
you don't. I think this is the biggest thing we can do, especially in the bedroom, because, you know, when you go into bed, number one, we're gonna change our flannels to probably bamboo.
Okay.
Bamboo sheets are gonna be a lot cooler as well. The colors we're gonna lighten, we're gonna brighten as well. Towels for sure.
I don't change anything. You're inspiring me right now.
Change your towels to something lighter. You'll just see a difference in your bathroom. Again, change it to the colors that are going to work.
Right.
You know, but again, lighter and brighter. Here's the big one as well. Smell these.
Oh, it's beautiful.
These are sachets that we're going to put in our closets, in our drawers, and they smell. It's called Island Margarita. Who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
But again, if you're gonna change, so you're gonna open up your cupboards, and it's just gonna smell fresh. It's gonna literally change your mindset.
And really quickly, this is a great tip here.
So if you're outside and you're trimming your bushes right now, which is the time to do,
Yes.
Bushes and trees, take the clippings that you have, throw it in water, bring it inside. The leaves will start to come out, and already it kind of feels like we're embracing spring, new growth. Instead of just throwing them out, you know, in the compost, bring them inside and use them as decor. That's what I do.
Oh, wow. I can't believe it. And that looks beautiful just like that.
It's just a simple branch that you probably would have thrown away, and it will come alive. It will eventually die, but at least for this part here, we have, you know, a new growth in our house.
Great tips. My goodness. Okay, you've inspired me. I don't change anything.
You're going to do it this year.
I need to embrace spring and summer. We're going to do it. Stick around, because for the next segment, we're going to do a do-it-yourself project, and it's super cute. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back. I'm joined by designer and artist Steven Sabados, and we have a really adorable do-it-yourself project. I should point out, though, Steven, I love the fact that your name is on your knife. It's like a label.
It's just like I'm like a little kid in school. I put my name on everything.
It's
it's
so
right
cute.
there.
I love it. I love this.
These are really, really cute. You know, they're really making a huge comeback. Little topiaries.
Really?
And I just thought these were super, super sweet. Again, if we're going to bring in spring into our own home, something simple you can do it yourself. We were saying earlier, as a great little gift, a little hostess gift, a little Mother's Day gift even, you know, but
Or
they're
if you're
cute.
hosting a baby shower or anything.
On a table for a wedding, or you know, or, yeah, it doesn't matter.
For a wedding, that'd
Super
be beautiful.
cute, yeah. Anyhow, but you can take this idea and run wild with it.
Okay.
So first thing we're going to start, we have our little teacups, right?
Yes.
Now I just want to say that I took a 2-part epoxy, okay, which is very important. 2-part epoxy, few little dots on the bottom, glue her down, and this is good to go. So this is now glued on, right?
And inexpensive, just out of like a secondhand store.
Secondhand store, or you know, like my sister, she's got tons of these in her closet. So there you go. So then we're going to just take a styrofoam ball, okay?
Thank you.
And then I just painted it black, and then just literally push it on, right?
Okay.
There, we're done. Now from here,
Yes.
we have hot glue, and now this is just floral foam or floral oasis that I have. Now this is the dry foam, okay, which is like this. Don't get the wet foam because the glue will not stick. So what I'm going to do for you, G, is I'm going to put some daubs in here. I'm going to put it in. Now you push it down with your hand really hard.
Okay. Ooh.
So push, 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 push.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's
And
really stuck in there.
Really stuck in there.
Okay.
And that's good.
Okay.
So you can see here with you, you have all this.
Yes.
Now it's just as easy as doing this, and we're going to shave all this down.
Oh,
See? There.
so that you want it to be level with the
To be
cup?
level with the cup. See?
Got
There you go.
it.
See? Mine's already level
Okay.
there. So now we're going to take this.
Yes.
We're going to push this down in the center. Make sure it's straight.
Yes.
Yes.
Kinda. I was hoping you didn't notice, but this is, you're
And
the
now
artist, you
We're
know.
going to throw in a little dot of hot glue there.
All right.
So we have our base. Now from here, we can take sheet moss, if you will. So that's what I've done here. I just take sheet moss. So, and you can just literally glue it on, put it in the cup, and call it a day. Super fast, right?
Beautiful.
Or you can go, I just went to the dollar store here, and you can get any kind of greenery. So even like, okay, see this back here?
Yes.
I'm gonna pull this out. I'll just bring it over. So you could take little pieces of this greenery, little white flowers, pull these off. Again, really inexpensive from the dollar store,
Right.
and glue these guys on as well.
Oh, that would be pretty.
Yeah, so like whatever you want, like think sort of outside the box. I found this greenery, so gee, we're just gonna take this.
Yes.
Little dot of hot glue.
And just,
And
do I jab it in there?
no, just hold it on. This will dry like in 3 seconds.
Got it.
Well, 1, 2, 3.
Is that,
Little one.
this makes it dry faster? Oh, wow, it really does.
There. So now you just
keep going.
Do this for the next 2 hours. Do we have 2 hours? And just keep going around and around and around. It's super simple. I mean, this is the kind of thing,
Yes.
if you had a whole bunch of people, you're going to sit around, you're going to chat, you're going to have some wine, you know,
What a
you're going
great
to make
idea.
topiaries.
Host a party and you make something like this and everyone goes home with something beautiful.
Absolutely.
How long does this need to set in order to make sure it's perfect?
It is.
Oh.
It's already set.
Set.
So once this kind of glue goes down,
Yes.
it's permanent.
And then I noticed you cover the base.
Yeah, so once this is fully done,
Yeah.
then just literally take some sheet moss and then with some hot glue, just glue it down and then push it down. Here's what I also did. If you notice on the ones that I created there,
Yeah.
so say this twig is a little barren. Whoops. Here we have this little twig is barren. So what I did, thank you, Mother Nature, I took some of these little tiny twigs.
Yes.
And a little dot of hot glue, and I just glued them on. And I created my own branch, almost like a little bonsai, because I wanted more sort of like tiny branches, but they weren't there.
Okay, really good. Just glue them
We
in.
already have a little one here. So
Yeah.
yeah, so you just glue the branches in. Like I said, you can put little flowers on or whatever, but really adorable. And
Love
honestly,
it.
for like next to nothing, it looks like $1 million.
Okay,
You know?
wonderful idea. And again, you can follow Stephen on his social media platforms. You can also go to his website, stephensabados.com.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen. Another great idea. Cheers.